Hi, I'm Nathan. I've been working at Prestige Marketing Solutions for 3 years, building relationships with some of the biggest clients in the city. My boss, Marcus Hendricks, was the kind of guy who'd smile to your face while planning how to use you. Nathan, my man, come in, sit down, Marcus called from his corner office that Tuesday morning. His teeth were too white, his suit too expensive. Morning, Marcus, what's up? Listen, I've been looking at the numbers and I need to make some adjustments. Nothing personal, just business. He leaned back in his leather chair. Starting next month, I'm cutting your hours to part-time, 20 hours a week. My stomach dropped. What? Marcus, I'm your top performer. I brought in the Henderson account, the Westfield contract. And I appreciate that truly, but overhead's killing me. You understand? I have a mortgage, car payments. I can't survive on 20 hours. He shrugged. Maybe pick up a second job? Drive for one of those apps? Are you serious right now? Look, Nathan, I'm doing you a favor by keeping you on at all. Some bosses would just let you go entirely. He shuffled some papers on his desk. Besides, you're young, adaptable, you'll figure it out. Marcus, I've generated over $2 million in revenue for this company in the past year alone, which is exactly why I'm keeping you part-time instead of letting you go completely, see? I'm being generous here. Generous? You're cutting my income by more than half. That's one way to look at it. Another way is that you'll have more time for personal projects. Work-life balance, Nathan. Everyone wants it these days. He stood up, signaling the conversation was over. We'll announce it Friday. Take the rest of the day to process. I walked straight to my desk where my colleague Jennifer was pretending not to have heard everything through the thin walls. Jen, did you just... Every word, she whispered, rolling her chair closer. Nathan, that's completely unfair. You're the reason half our clients stay with us. He can't do this, can he? Unfortunately, he can. But here's the thing. I've been here longer than you, and I've seen Marcus pull this move before. She glanced toward his office. With Trevor 2 years ago. Cut his hours. Trevor quit. Then Marcus swooped in and took credit for all of Trevor's client relationships. So this is a pattern? More than that. Marcus is setting you up. He wants you to quit so he can take over your accounts without paying severance. Jennifer pulled out her phone, scrolling. Trevor's doing great now, by the way. Started his own agency. You think I should do the same? I think you should talk to Trevor, and maybe our clients. Because between you and me, if Marcus thinks he can handle the Henderson account himself, he's delusional. Patricia Henderson can't stand him. She's never mentioned that to me, Jennifer laughed. Because you're good at your job. You listen. Marcus talks at people. Big difference. Last month at the conference, she pulled me aside and asked if there was any way to work with you directly without Marcus being involved. Really? Really? She's not the only one either. The Johnson Corp people? They specifically request you for every meeting. Marcus tried to join their quarterly review last time, and they rescheduled until he couldn't attend. That evening, I called Trevor Montgomery. Jennifer had given me his number. Nathan, Jen told me you might reach out. Let me guess, Marcus cut your hours? How did you know? Because that's his MO, man. He did the exact same thing to me. Said it was about budget, but really he wanted my accounts. Trevor's voice carried a knowing tone. Did he act all sympathetic, like he was doing you a favor? Word for word. Here's what's going to happen next. You'll quit, because 20 hours isn't livable. Then Marcus will call your clients, tell them you left, and position himself as their new primary contact. He'll use all your strategies, take credit for your work. That's insane. That's Marcus. But listen, I didn't call to just commiserate. I called to offer you an opportunity. How'd you like to actually keep your clients? What do you mean? I mean, most of your clients are working with the company, not Marcus. They're working with you. And in this industry, when talent moves, clients follow. It's perfectly legal as long as you're not stealing proprietary information. My mind was racing. You're talking about starting my own thing? Or joining mine? I could use someone with your skills. But more importantly, those clients deserve someone who actually cares about their success. Think about it. Patricia Henderson, the Westfield people, Johnson Corp. Do you really think they want to work with Marcus? No, they'd hate it. Exactly. So why let him have them? The next morning I arrived early and found Jennifer already at her desk with coffee and determination written all over her face. So, did you talk to Trevor? I did, Jen. I think I'm going to do this, but I need to be smart about it. Smart means knowing exactly where you stand with your clients, not assuming, knowing. She handed me a folder. I may have accidentally printed out your client satisfaction surveys from last quarter, purely by accident. I flipped through them. Every single one rated me highly. Several specifically mentioned they appreciated working with me rather than Marcus. Jennifer, you're a lifesaver. I'm also giving my 2 weeks notice today, so if you're starting something, I'd like to be considered for office manager. She grinned. Marcus has been underpaying me for 4 years. I'm done. Before I could respond, David Chen from accounting walked by and stopped. Nathan, quick question. Did Marcus mention anything about the commissions? What about them? David lowered his voice. He's planning to restructure the commission system. Once you're part-time, you'll only get commission on new accounts, not renewals. All your existing accounts? Those commissions go to him. Are you kidding me? I'm really not supposed to say anything, but I've seen Marcus do this before. It's technically legal, but it's definitely shady. David adjusted his glasses. Thought you should know before you make any decisions. Jennifer jumped in. David, if Nathan were to leave and start his own agency, would his clients be allowed to follow him? Assuming there's no non-compete clause, and I checked, there isn't one in Nathan's contract, then yes, clients can choose to work with whoever they want. Marcus doesn't own relationships. He glanced around. Just don't tell him I told you any of this. Your secret's safe, I said. Thanks, David. See? Jennifer turned to me. You have options. That afternoon, I scheduled coffee with Patricia Henderson, my biggest client. She ran a tech startup that was growing fast. Nathan, always good to see you. How's everything at Prestige? Actually, Patricia, that's what I wanted to talk about. How would you feel if I wasn't with Prestige anymore? Her expression shifted immediately. Are they letting you go? Because if they are, that's the final straw. Marcus has been trying to insert himself into our meetings for months now, and frankly, he doesn't understand our needs. He's cutting my hours, basically pushing me out. That man is an idiot. Nathan, you're the only reason we've stayed with Prestige. Your strategies tripled our engagement rates. She leaned forward. If you're starting your own thing, we're coming with you, no question. I don't want to put you in an awkward position. Awkward? You saved our last product launch. Marcus took credit for it in his newsletter, by the way. Didn't mention your name once. She pulled out her phone. I'm texting Karen at Westfield right now. She feels the same way about you. Patricia, I haven't even... Stop. Listen to me. You're talented, you're honest, and you actually care about results. Those are rare qualities. If you're going independent, you already have clients. You just need to make it official. Within an hour, I got a call from Karen Wilson at Westfield Industries. Nathan, Patricia just texted me. Is it true Marcus is pushing you out? It's complicated, Karen. It's really not. You've been our point person for 2 years. We trust you. Marcus? She laughed. He tried to upsell us on services we explicitly said we didn't need. 3 times. You're the one who actually listens to what we want. I appreciate that. So here's the deal. If you start your own agency, we're switching our contract. We'll give you 30 days notice to Prestige, totally above board, and then we're yours. Patricia said she's doing the same thing. Karen, that's a 6-figure contract. And you've earned every penny of it. Marcus hasn't. Simple math, Nathan. My phone buzzed. It was Jennifer. Emergency. Marcus is calling a staff meeting. Get back here. I rushed back to find Marcus standing in the conference room looking smug. Ah, Nathan. Perfect timing. I was just telling everyone about our exciting restructure. What restructure? Well, since you'll be part-time, I'll be taking over primary management of your accounts, just to ensure continuity for our clients. He smiled at the room. Nothing personal, just good business practice. Jennifer stood up. That's not fair, Marcus. Those are Nathan's relationships. They're company relationships, Jennifer. Nathan was just the account manager. I felt something click into place. Actually, Marcus, since we're talking about what's fair, let's discuss the commission structure. His smile faltered. That's not relevant right now. Oh, I think it is. You're cutting my hours so you can steal my commissions. David from accounting confirmed it. David, who was standing in the doorway, nodded reluctantly. Marcus's face reddened. David, we'll discuss your employment later. Nathan, you're being dramatic. Am I? Because Patricia Henderson just told me you've been taking credit for my work. The product launch I designed, you put your name on it. I'm the company principal. Everything here is under my direction. Except I did the work. I built the strategies. I maintained the relationships. I looked around at my colleagues who were all watching. And you know what? Patricia's coming with me. So is Westfield. Johnson Corp too. Marcus stepped closer, his voice dropping to a threatening level. You're under contract, Nathan. You can't just steal clients. I'm not stealing anything. They're choosing to work with me. There's a difference. You signed a contract with this company. That means loyalty. Loyalty? I couldn't help but laugh. You cut my hours to force me out so you could take my accounts without compensation. Where's the loyalty in that? That was a business decision. So is this. The clients want to work with me. I checked my contract, no non-compete clause. They're free to choose, and so am I. You think you can just walk out of here and start your own agency? You'll fail within 6 months. You need me. Jennifer interjected. He won't be alone. I'm going with him. And based on this conversation, I'm guessing others will too. Marcus pointed at her. You're fired. Effective immediately. You can't fire me for supporting a coworker. Watch me. Pack your desk. Both of you out by end of day. Then Marcus turned back to me, his finger jabbing toward my chest. You're done in this industry, Nathan. I'll make sure of it. I'll call every client, every contact. I'll tell them you're unreliable, unprofessional. That's defamation, Marcus. Prove it. He grabbed my shoulder hard, his face inches from mine. You're nothing without me. This company made you. I stepped back. Don't touch me. Or what? He shoved me and I stumbled into the conference table. The room went silent. Jennifer had her phone out. Did you just record that? Marcus demanded. Every second. Assault and threatening defamation. This should be fun to send to the clients you think you're keeping. Marcus lunged toward Jennifer, but David and 2 other colleagues stepped between them. Marcus, stop, David said firmly. This is over. Get out of my way, David. No, you just assaulted someone and threatened another employee. I'm calling HR. I am HR, Marcus shouted. Then I'm calling the police, David said calmly, pulling out his phone. Marcus looked around the room, realizing everyone was staring at him. Fine, you all want to side with him? Go ahead. But don't come crawling back when his little startup tanks. 2 days later, I sat in a lawyer's office with Jennifer and Trevor. So you have video evidence of assault, witnesses to the threats, and documentation of commission theft. The attorney, Sarah Williams, reviewed our materials. This is pretty clear-cut. What are our options? I asked. File assault charges, definitely. The threatening behavior creates a hostile work environment for Jennifer and anyone else who might leave. As for the clients, you're legally clear to work with them. No non-compete means they can choose their representation. Jennifer leaned forward. What about him trying to defame Nathan? If he follows through on those threats, we have grounds for a defamation suit. The recording makes his intent clear. Most importantly, we can send a cease and desist that will legally prevent him from interfering with Nathan's new business relationships. Trevor added, I went through something similar. The cease and desist is crucial. It puts him on notice that any interference will have immediate legal consequences. Exactly, Sarah said. And given the video evidence, any judge will take this seriously. Marcus put himself in a terrible position. So, what's the timeline? I asked. We file the police report today. The cease and desist goes out tomorrow. Within a week, he'll be dealing with enough legal pressure that harassing your clients will be the last thing on his mind. 3 weeks later, my phone rang. It was Marcus. Nathan, we need to talk. Through lawyers, Marcus. That's what you wanted. Come on, don't be like that. Look, I may have overreacted. The stress of running the business. You know how it is. His voice had that familiar manipulative tone. What if we worked something out? You come back full-time, better commission structure. Not interested. Nathan, be reasonable. I made a mistake, okay? I'm apologizing. Let's move past this. We were a good team. We were never a team. You took credit for my work and tried to steal my income. Those are strong words. It was a misunderstanding. It was you showing who you really are. And I'm done being understanding about it. I looked across my new office where Jennifer was setting up her desk and Trevor was on a call with a client. I have everything I need without you. You're really going to throw away everything we built together? We didn't build anything together, Marcus. I built relationships. You tried to take them. There's a difference. Think about what you're doing. This legal stuff, the charges, we can make all of that go away. Just come back and we'll forget this ever happened. The charges stand. The cease and desist stands. If you contact any of my clients, we'll add harassment to the list. Goodbye, Marcus. I hung up as Patricia Henderson walked in for our strategy meeting. Was that him, she asked, trying to apologize his way back into relevance? Good for you for standing firm. Oh, by the way, I talked to the board. We're increasing our contract by 40%. Westfield's doing the same. She smiled. Turns out when you actually care about your clients, they notice. Jennifer joined us. Nathan, you have 3 more consultations scheduled for next week, all referrals from current clients. And David from accounting, he wants to come work for us. He's done with Marcus too. That's 4 employees in 3 weeks, Trevor noted. Marcus is hemorrhaging talent. Because word gets around, Patricia said. People talk. And right now, everyone in the industry is talking about how Marcus treated you. It's not a good look for him. See what happens when you bet on yourself? Trevor said, walking over. Marcus thought he was irreplaceable. Turns out he was just in the way. 2 months later, I got a call from Sarah Williams. Nathan, I have news. Marcus is pleading guilty to the assault charge. He'll get probation and mandatory anger management. And the business? He's lost 18 accounts according to my sources. Several employees have left. His reputation in the industry is basically destroyed. Good. There's one more thing. He asked if you'd be willing to settle any potential defamation claims out of court. He's worried about a lawsuit. Tell him I'm not interested in his money. The cease and desist stays in effect. That's all I need. 6 months later, we tripled our initial client base. Marcus's company lost 12 major accounts. The assault charge resulted in probation and mandatory anger management. His reputation in the industry tanked when word spread about how he treated employees. David had joined our team, bringing another 3 clients with him. Jennifer was thriving as office manager. Trevor and I had formed a partnership that was bringing in 7 figures annually. As for me, I learned that loyalty goes both ways, and sometimes the best revenge is building something better than what tried to destroy you. Marcus had tried to make himself essential by tearing others down, but he'd forgotten the most important rule in business: people remember how you treat them. The last I heard, Prestige Marketing Solutions was barely staying afloat. Marcus had to let go of his fancy office and move into a smaller space. Meanwhile, we just signed a lease on the top floor of the building across the street. What would you have done in my situation? Drop a like if you think standing up to toxic bosses is always worth it, and subscribe for more stories about choosing yourself over settling. Comment below with your own boss horror stories. I read everyone.